Welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because this video is going to be insane. You are going to learn a lot today. We are going to understand in this video, number one, classic, number two, alveolated and the sponge texture. This video is how to make all these three. I'm the only one on YouTube that explain you this. No secret, so please watch the video until the end. It's super important for me. And that's what I'm talking about. 1, 2, and 3. Don't show too much. We're going to see also how to make this my favorite recipe, 70% hydration. Enjoy watching this video and please tell me in comment at the end of this video if you understand. So let's go ahead and let's start with the poolish. Here we go. Let's start to make my full recipe. In this video of this three structure here, we're gonna make just one dough. And this is my actual dough. And then I'm going to show you at the end of this video the differences with the same dough. So we're gonna use 500 milliliters of water, 5 grams of dry yeast, and 5 grams of honey. And then 500 grams of 00 flour or all-purpose flour. Mix everything, a few minutes, and voila, the poolish is ready. Go ahead, cover up, close everything. Now we let it rest for 1 hour at room temperature and then 16 to 24 hours in the fridge. And of course, I have the poolish already made. So let's go ahead, let's put the poolish inside the mixer. Let's add the whole flour. Give it a little quick mix at speed number 1. And now let's add the half amount of the water. I forgot to say the amount of the ingredients. You're gonna add no poolish, 500 grams of flour, 200 milliliters of water, and 25 grams of salt. This video is all about the gluten. How important is the gluten? So that's what we're going to see today in this video because that's what it's all about, the gluten structure. So let's go ahead now and let's speed up at number 2. The water is and the flour is about to be all together. Once we have all this flour on the side integrated in the dough, we are ready to go ahead and put the remaining water, and in a little bit we're going to add the salt. So at this point, like you can see, the dough have incorporated all the flour. Now let's go ahead and let's add the remaining salt, the 25 grams of salt. Here we go. At the same time, let's go ahead and let's add little by little the water that we have left, and we can speed up the dough machine. So little by little, like you can see here, we have to wait the dough integrates also the remaining water before adding this little bit. So we have to go gradually. The water is okay, it's finished. Now we're just gonna wait a few maybe 1 minute only. The dough absorbs this leftover water. Lower down the speed this way. Here we go, guys. So the dough is ready, and like you can see, we have built the gluten nice and strong. Now this is the step. Little bit of olive oil in your hands. Put the dough on top of the counter. Let's grab it all. Like you can see, it's super strong. Cut it and put it right here. Here we go. Now pay attention to what I'm gonna do right now. Let's put that on the side, let's get a scale. We're going to make the number 1 because number 1, that's how it's made. We don't let it rest, we just go ahead and make the ball 280 grams exactly. That's the first ball of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and place it on this side of the dough box. And then let's close it right away. And now for the second one, the number 2 is, we're gonna go ahead and make the ball. Olive oil on top, and now we let it rest for about 20 minutes at room temperature. Keep in mind, once we make the poolish, the dough is going to be ready 2 hours. So in 2 hours, we're going to make all three together. You're going to see that this one and this one and this one have all three 2 hours. Just 2 hours, we're going to see the difference between making the balls, how it changed the crust. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's wait another 15 minutes before we make the number 2. Here we go. 20 minutes is best by. Like you can see, the dough already was resting. The waiting time builds more the gluten. The more is the gluten, the more tight, the more elastic will become the dough himself. And of course, it's gonna create air pockets. So let's go ahead and let's create the number 2 here. Here we go, that's the number 2, and position this one this way. Like you can see already, this one almost flat out, and this one is more bigger. So now, pay attention, let's go ahead and let's make the number 3. Same time, let's go ahead and let's make the ball nice and tight. I can tell this is already strong. And this one, in this case, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil and then we're gonna go ahead and let it rest for another 20 minutes. This one I'm gonna save it for later on. I'm gonna make a different pizza in a different video. So go ahead and subscribe for more. 20 minutes is best by, and let's take out the dough, and this is what you're gonna do. Just go ahead and re-ball it. And you're gonna feel it, that is much more tight, and that means that the gluten was built properly. So let's go ahead, let's put it right here. Super simple. And that's the sponge texture. So let me explain you a couple of things before we go ahead and get ready with the ingredients before making the pizza. So what we did here on the first one, we just cut the dough and made it into balls. The second one, we waited 20 minutes and we made it into a ball. And the third one, we waited 20 minutes, we made the first ball, and we wait another 20 minutes and we made the second time the ball. You can see that this one is a little bit flat compared to this one and this one, because the more time that we are going to re-ball it, the more is gonna be air inside the dough. So that's what creates the number 3, the sponge texture. Let's wait 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, and we are ready to make the balls. So in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's get the ingredients done, turn it on the oven, and let's make this pizza, and then this way I'm able to show you the gluten structure of this pizza. I'm going to show you the original marinara pizza, but unfortunately I don't have any garlic. So this pizza is made, this is what they used to make. The first ever pizza was not the margherita, but was the marinara. So this is how you make it. We're gonna put tomato sauce, grab a handful of basil, break the basil, put it in, this is how you prepare the tomato sauce in general. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil is super important. And then a little bit of salt. Mix everything together. We're gonna need some oregano, chopped garlic that we don't have, and then olive oil and fresh basil. Here we go, it's time to make the pizza. If you've been here and watching from the beginning, I wanna say to you, thank you so much for supporting your watch. Here we go, this is the dough, how it looks like. Boom, voila. You can really tell the difference on the dough. Like you can see, this dough, it's ready because it double up the side. Number 1, the classic one, is it's flat, but still good, but incorporate less hair. Second one, compared to the first one, you can tell that this one is a little bit growing. And the third one, it's perfect, which is the sponge texture, which is more grown than compared to the other 3. Like you can see, you can really tell the difference. So let's go ahead and let's make all 3 together. So flour all 3, because we're making number 3. And now, let's go ahead, cut flour on the counter, and then boom, one shot. Put it down. Let's check out the first one. Do you see the first one? You can really tell there is much air. Let's grab the second one. Upside down, boom. Let's check out the second one. You already can tell much more air compared to the first one. Let's grab the third one, which is the much easier to work, and boom, yeah. Definitely, look at this, full of air compared to the second one and the third one. Okay, it's time. Let's go ahead and let's make it. Here we go, first one. Take off the flour, let's stretch. Here we go. I'm gonna make all 3 again together. If it's sticky, go ahead and put some flour. Second one. Oh yeah, I can really tell. Much more, really much more air inside. And let's go to the third one. Much easier to work because it's of course the gluten is much stronger. You can tell the way how I stretch. And number 3, it's ready. So what we're gonna do here to make it easy, we got 1 cut, 2 cut, and 3 cut. This way we don't get confused. Let's go ahead, let's put some tomato sauce, a nice scoop of tomato sauce, big one. put tomato sauce everywhere. Here we go. Nice amount of oregano. Little bit of basil. And then olive oil on top of the basil. Remember, olive oil helps to cook the pizza. Okay, it's time. I'm excited to make this experiment because I never did it before. So let's go ahead and let's put the number. We go the opposite way. Let's put number 3 first inside. Here we go. We're gonna make all the same sides. 1, 2, and 3. Done. Let's close it and let's cook it for about a few minutes, and then let's make some space, and then we are going to see the difference. Here we go. A few minutes pass by. Ooh, I can tell the difference on these pizzas. 2 and 3. Perfect. Whoa, that's number 3. They all come out. It's gonna come out all at the same time. Number 2. Nice crust, puff here. And then number 1, which is more typical Neapolitan style. Let's go ahead, let's see next to each other how they look like. Let's see. Much more crunchy. So. And this one come out also crunchy. But here we are going to see the inside. The moment of the truth. We have to cut the pizzas and see the inside. So let's go ahead. Let's cut the first one. Number 1. I want to show you the slice of number 1. So that's how it looks like. We're gonna compare this in a little bit. Number 2, which is the most common one, a contemporary pizza, I want to call it. I'm cutting with the scissors. This way I can save the air pockets inside. Let me cut one more. This way we're able more to see. That's, see, bigger pockets compared to the second one. And now let's go ahead and let's see the third one, which is the sponge texture. I can tell this is it's really soft. It's more compact. Here we go. Actually, this is better this way. Let's cut it right here. I want to show you the perfect way to see the pizza. Right here. Like you can see, let's compare it to. So let's see one thing. The number 1, we did exactly the same. Then let's compare the number 2. It's fantastic. It's about to be the same, huh? Alveolated. And the sponge texture. And voila, number 3. I think I got all 3. One more thing that we're gonna see is this. Look at the texture here. So this is how it looks like classic Neapolitan style. This is how, see, it got a little bit of a crunch here and soft the inside. And this one, you can tell there is like a really as a sponge texture. It's really soft and it's not really crunchy from the outside. I'm gonna ask you a question right now. What do you prefer? The number 1, number 2, or number 3? Please comment below. I'd love to see your comment. To be honest, I prefer the number 2, which makes, I believe, pass the exam of soft and crunchy. Here we have soft and crunchy in the same time, and that's how it holds. So for me, is number 2. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I hope that this one clarified a couple of things and then maybe help you a little bit. And then please, guys, go ahead, share, subscribe, and watch the whole video. Remember, this is no secret on my channel. Thank you so much, and Viva la Pizza. Next week, new video. Ciao.